Hello, we're Adventures in Black and White, and today I'm going to show you 5 exercises that your physio may give you to help your horse's mobility. I do these probably about 3 times a week, but you could do them every time you ride, and they'll help your horse have a healthy back and maintain their suppleness. Today I'm going to run through the stretches that I do with all my horses pretty much every week. So I started off doing these when I had horse in rehab, but actually these are very good to do all the time. So here I'm just starting off with what is a dynamic mobilization exercise, which is the tummy lift. Just gently lift her belly there. If you notice, I pushed her back so she was stood on all her feet. You don't want them resting the leg at this point, but I do this 3 times. I give her a chance to relax, and then I'm going here into a tail pull. So I'm actually leaning my whole weight against her here, and then I count for 5 seconds and release. And as you can see, she's actually put herself square. So you don't want to release quickly. You want to keep the pressure up. When I first started doing this, Rosie could literally only cope with like a second. Now she's doing 5. And then onto another dynamic stretch. This is the hamstring tuck. This one's a little bit dangerous, so I don't do it too much with Rosie. And then we're going into a tail pull to the back. Again, I want her to pull forwards away from me. When I first started, again, she literally couldn't do this. And then just pulling all the time, watching what Rosie's up to. So then I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So we're going to get to lift her belly. See, you can see her ribs moving there. This just means her spine's getting nice and flexible. Now here, I do it and she doesn't like it because they don't always like it. And she's saying, no, Mum, I don't like that. She's not trying to kick me. She's just, So I give her a second and then I ask her again. And then we're going into the tail pulls. So again, leaning away from her. You can see her there, her stifles. Like, this is a really good exercise for improving stifle strength. Just a really gentle exercise. And you see, she's not bothered by it. She just stands there. And this is why I like these exercises, because you can do them every day or every time you ride. And it's just a good way to just do a little bit of physio. So now we're doing baited stretches. Now Rosie, when I first got her, didn't like treats, so we've now found that she likes herbal treats. This side is her worst way for stretching. So you saw me put a hand on her head collar. I wasn't pulling her head, I was just guiding, but here I'm like, come on Rosie. As much as she likes food, she finds it more difficult. So, and I stand there and get her to do it around me so she doesn't cheat. So you really need a physio to show you these so you can get like how they cheat and how to stop them cheating. This is another really good stretch, the down into the fetlock. So you're aiming for that. Now I'm just going to move around the stable here so you can see me do it from the other side. Nice to see there that Rosie stepped under herself and she's put herself square. So ideally you want them, with all 4 feet on the floor before you start. And as you can see, immediately she stretches this way much better. So I just get her to stretch. By having me in the way, she has to stretch around me rather than just fling her head back. And then we're going down to her fetlock. And you don't want them to do this, with any speed. It's got to be all very gentle movements. So I'm just going to get Rosie back here. You have to assess your horse yourself. Like, Rosie's quite calm, so I can have her loose. I tie her up for the others so she can't swing on me. But yeah, and I'm just going to go and do the side that she found more difficult again. Now she's done it the other way, so she's a bit keener. She's still finding it difficult, but she's like, yeah, okay. And then I'm going to tie her up because the next movement I'm going to do is another dynamic mobilization. And this one's one that you might not have seen before. So I'm going to lift her front leg. And I'm pushing against her shoulder, but in a diagonal way. So I'm pushing from her right fore to her left hind. And you can see, actually, she's doing it. Oh, yeah. That she's got the weight on her right hind, left hind, not her right hind. So then we go this way, and here you should be able to see the weight shift. So that right hind now should go on the ground as I'm pushing on it, and you see there. And that's a good way to get movement through the spine, but in a diagonal way, and just think a little bit different. It's a really, really good one for her. It's good for her stifles. And then we finish off with the classic between the legs, just to stretch fully over her top line. She quite likes this. Just watch they don't cheat too much by bending their legs. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. As you can see, it literally took 5 minutes. So there's no reason why you can't do that every day. So just to go over the types of movement you're looking for, dynamic mobilization, which is the movement, voluntary movement of the spine, the tail pulls, which again is in a similar theme to the dynamic mobilization, and then the baited stretches. None of this should be forced, and the whole objective is to activate and strengthen the muscles that move and stabilize the vertebrae. And then just remember, like, take it steady, watch your horse, avoid sudden or forced movements. You should not be forcing your horse to do anything. Stay safe. So when I first started doing the tummy lifts with Rosie, she would lash out with her legs. So just, either get someone to hold them, tie them up, or just make sure that you are aware of what they're doing. And ideally ask your physio to show you the best exercises for your horse, because it's different for each horse.